Buenas tardes.
At the Church World Service in Miami, newly arrived Cuban families are given all the help they need to resettle in the U.S. But for the Perez family, it's been a long and perilous journey. Like many recent arrivals, they made their way through South and Central America and faced a series of setbacks. Victor Perez tells us he was robbed several times by corrupt officials, a story not uncommon among those seeking a better life. But it's the fate of the thousands of other Cubans who've now started making their way out of Central America that's concerning city officials in Miami. The city's mayor says resources are already stretched and may not be able to cope with an influx of new arrivals.
To me, it's a pain to see people living on a parking lot or in front of a store, and we cannot just help them.
Over the past few months, too, the number of Cubans arriving by sea has increased dramatically. And it's that combination of so-called rafters and others arriving by land that has many concerned. But organisations who deal with newly arrived Cubans here say those fears are nothing short of unwarranted panic. They're keen to point out that in years past, Miami has dealt with far greater numbers. And they also say that many Cubans are now settling in states like Texas, Kentucky and Michigan. Oscar Rivera of the Church World Service says most new arrivals will settle quickly and already have somewhere to go.
Yeah, there has been overreaction for these 8,000 Cubans this time around because of maybe the idea that we'll all be homeless, or they didn't put into perspective the fact that the majority did have families and we're not going to be homeless, we're going to be with their families here or elsewhere.
The Perez family are part of the biggest influx of Cuban migrants here for more than 2 decades, but they still have one last journey ahead. They'll soon leave South Florida to make new lives in Michigan. Andy Gallacher, Jazeera, Miami, Florida.